Welcome to SUFO Vancouver.
Hello, welcome to SUFO Vancouver, episode number 4. I'm really glad you're here. If you notice, we are about a week late to publish this episode, partly because we were traveling for other business-related activities. Today's episode, we are going to talk about CarGoose updates. It's going to be very short. I don't have anything other on my agenda today. Back to CarGoose. What we have done in past 3 weeks is we're still in the process of building business relationship with the target market segments we have identified. The potential market are huge. So we can't really do a splatter and see what sticks at this time. So instead we're kind of targeting a very, very niche market segments where we can do an early, at least some experience doing the shipment. If you have followed us in previous episode, we are concentrating right now on a medium scale independently owned furniture stores. If you have also gone through maybe second or third episode, the challenge with the existing medium size furniture store where the information technology is not sophisticated, they don't have a custom-made software to handle everything. So the challenges they face around delivery of the product once the customer buys them is when the product is not exactly available on the store, or for whatever reason the delivery cannot be done due to unforeseen situation. That causes a delay in shipment, sometimes more than a week or a couple of weeks. That's where we want to integrate into their existing system, providing an on-demand delivery of perhaps a smaller number of product other than their scheduled delivery, which they do regularly. So we have talked to a few of these restaurants. They are all interested. How good is that? Well, it is just good to talk about, but that does not mean any business. So at least they are interested. That's good. They are willing to listen more. That's good. So what has happened after that is they haven't really called us. And I think we mentioned this before, the type of product we are developing, this is not a substitute. This is an entirely new class of service. So that means nobody needs it, or they don't know yet that they need it. So they are running a business for a long time. Things are working the way they are working. When we try to introduce a new class of product, then we come across a challenge of really talking with developing a system that works together with the business. So the way that we have identified moving forward is this is how we are trying to develop this relationship. We see our partner or our customer organization as combination of 3 things. The first is the people who are there, who makes the decision, who makes how they are dealing with the customer that requires this service to be introduced in their processes. So, for example, in the furniture store, who is talking with the customer? These are the salesmen. They are mostly hired for a very basic salary, and their most of the income is made through sales commission. So these salesmen been working there for a long time. They're really good. They work with the customer. They understand their requirements. They propose certain type of product that might be suitable for these customers, and they close the deal either by providing additional products, additional services, installation, insurance services, repair types of services that comes with it, or it could be the discount. They make they do the job, okay? They sell it. So is it that they have to make a decision about CarGoose services? Does the customer will make a purchase decision if it was to be delivered earlier, or the customer does not really care when it gets delivered? About a week or so is fine with them. If that's the case, then at that point the salesman makes a decision about whether to use the CarGoose service or not. But if it's a back order, then who makes that decision? Is it the owner? It is the manager, warehouse manager. So we need to find how this system works, and we need to talk with them, communicate with them. Okay, so one part is the people, the other is the system. What software are they using? How does the data communication happens? Is this done by telephone? When the customer makes a purchase, are they calling the warehouse manager or whoever and then sending them the information to deliver, or they're texting them, whether they're using WhatsApp? What is the process they're using for the communication? If everything is done to a closed POS system, they have the warehouse management there, they have the sales, they have the payment infrastructure, everything is packaged together in the software, then where do we come? How do we integrate with them? One of the popular POS system that some of the furniture store use is Lightspeed. So how do we fit into the Lightspeed system? If we are not integrated, that means somebody else has to go perhaps into a new website, perhaps call somebody, and then transmit this sales information one more time, collect the money from the customer for the delivery, what have you. So this additional work, is that going to encourage or discourage the salesperson or the warehouse folks to call us? So we need to understand the system. And then finally, it's our product. What is exactly that we do? Do the business understand us? Do they think it's valuable when they think about it, or they need it? So these are the three things: our product, their people, their system. This is how three things has to marry together. And it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. Just having an idea and a product ready right now, it's ready to be deployed, it's not enough. So that's where we are, and we're trying to figure out this problem, how to solve it. And then also, we don't want to be in a place, understand that we are human after all, and we're trying to do a new thing with the limited time and resources. It's not that we are at the best place. We get frustrated, we get demotivated, all kinds of emotion comes in. After a few very, very brilliant ideas, we try to do this but it's not successful. Does that mean that we are not smart enough to survive in this field? What is it? Is that we have not enough experience or knowledge, or we need a bigger team, we need a smaller team, we need to spend more money, we don't need to spend money? There are lots and lots of areas. It's impossible to really feel what we're doing is correct. Never. It's impossible to kind of feel that this is what needs to be done and then we're on the right path, unless things start moving in the right direction. In that context, how do we continue to knock their door and not able to get result? So in that situation, I think we came up with a brilliant idea again. The idea is, if we are doing what we're supposed to do, we need to set up a system. We can't get our own emotion and energy get involved in a process that because right now we're a very small team and we get demotivated or whatever reason it is, the whole thing stops. We need to develop a system that allows us to kind of follow the standard operating procedure, SOP, and then we tick boxes and keep going. That way it becomes more manageable and doable. So that's what we have done. This is perhaps very, very interesting. We have developed a system where we'll do tick boxes, and if it works, it works. If it does not, then we close our effort in that direction and then move on to the next segment of the market we are interested in. Because this will, if we just keep hitting the wall and keep hitting the wall, either we are going to break down or we're just going to be languishing it for such a long time that now the whole business seems not viable. Understand, we have at least one thing in our favor is that this business model is not entirely new business model. It has been tried and successful in other markets, especially United States market. If you want to kind of dig in that direction, and perhaps this will be very interesting for some of you, is if you look for a company named Roadie. It is a crowdsourced shipping company out of the United States. They sold their business to UPS, and imagine how much valuation this company got sold at. $500 million, almost $500 million. It was half a unicorn. So there is market. It can be done. Definitely can be done. We have seen it done, and we will do it. So back to the topic. What is the process that we have set up now so that we can make this more mechanical process rather than getting our emotion caught up in it? So this is how we're planning to do. We'll go to a business and explain our product. What are the benefits, how to help their business, and help them grow their business. That's it. We'll hand over them some information booklet, maybe a website, a card, what have you. At this stage, we're not printing anything. We're not investing anything. We will carry a printed, very basic printed paper, and then where there's information about our contact information and what exactly is the value proposition of this service to them. That's it. A printed copy of A4 size, letter size paper. Then we will. Our next step then is to follow up within a couple of days, and then ask them. Do they remember us talking with us? What did they think about it? Do they still think that this service is useful to them? And perhaps the most important is, what do they think we provide? What do they think our service is? What did they understood we do? Not all people are free. They have enough time to dig the information we provided. Perhaps they didn't understand the first time because they were busy. They were thinking about some other issues they are dealing with every day. Remember, business folks, they are always in a crisis mode. Not necessarily crisis mode, because they are always dealing with issues and they are triaging the issues. They are only dealing with the things that needs to be done right now. There are always some things that needs to be taken care of all the time. So unless you are helping them, they don't have time to think about other ideas during their work time. Okay, so now once you ask them what did they understood what we do and what did they understand how we help them, if they are able to kind of ballpark, be in the same page, then that's fantastic. You've done your job. If they think that you're doing something else, that they're not really sure about what we do, then explain it again. Ask them, what do they think our service similar to? If it feels like something else, they'll say we're UPS. Then we can tell them that it's not exactly UPS, but we are very similar. We deliver the product, but instead of using our own fleet, our own warehouse, we're relying on travelers, people who are already heading in that direction. And that's the reason why we're able to do that at a fraction of cost of the traditional business. And then once you're done, you've explained it again, they think they still need your service. If they don't need your service, then that's amazing. That's fine. We'll move on. We have our valuable time we'll spend somewhere else. That's it. And then the third step we have established is follow up them again in 7 days. If they have not already placed an order for shipment, ask them why were they not able to send any order. Is it because they didn't need us, or is it because they didn't understand how to call our service? How does that service integrates with their system? Who is making decision? Somebody else is making that decision, but the person who we gone and explain is somebody else. Maybe there is no internal communication happening. Who is the decision maker? Who is able to kind of corral everybody and then kind of explain this? So this takes time. We know this is not simple. Nobody's waiting for our service to be there. This system, the machine is working already. So we need to go and introduce ourselves, become a part of. We want to be a cog in the already existing system. It's gonna create some disturbance. Things gonna be not comfortable for all of them, because now that you have to do this additional thought process. So it needs time, but at the same time, we don't want to be stuck on the muck a lot of time. So now we're kind of done a first follow-up, a second follow-up, that why there's no order placed. Then in that perhaps the second follow-up will know that what exactly they are convinced it is helpful, but they're not able to integrate us. Then we'll go and try to fix the problem, why they are not able to integrate. It is the software, it is the people. Is it helpful if we put some documents, pamphlets around? Is it helpful we have a display, a signboard, closer, or where the salespeople can see it? What is it that allows us to be part of the system, a part of the people there? Okay, so now that you have done that job fairly well, then we need to follow up again in another week, again asking if there's another reiteration of the same process that we did before. Do we need to again fix the final hiccups? Was there any issues where everybody was willing to do it? We had the thing in place, we have the process in place, but what is it that broke down? Why is this not working out? Then we'll do a second tweak. And then if it still doesn't come, there's no business out of it, then we'll say that here we have spent 2 weeks plus a couple of days, so almost 16-17 days. We have allowed this as a process for the business to integrate with us. We're unable to do it. Fine, then we'll stop it. We'll stop our effort right there. And then in the process, we have done a lot of lesson learning. We know that this is probably not the right time. Perhaps not the right scale of business, not the right people, not the right process, whatever it is, then we'll stop our effort. That way we're not wasting our resources on a place where the system is not integrating well. If we are able to figure out something new, or the business comes back to us and then says that they have found the issue that caused the system to not work. Now they have figured it out, they want to work us and try one more time with us. That's perfectly fine. With changes in time, with changes in business practices around their competitors. If you are a business and our competitors are now offering same-day delivery, on-demand delivery for furnitures, then perhaps that will quickly change the mindset of the other businesses too. So you don't have to spend too much time on a particular venue that's not going to work for you. Okay, eventually things can turn around. All right, so that's the process we have established. This is how we're going to follow. We tick, second step done, third step done, fourth step done, and then we move on. Okay, even in furniture stores, there are a whole host and variety of businesses out there. There are very small furniture stores. There are large box stores like IKEA, Astley's, and all these different types of businesses. Then we will go and approach them too at a different size scale of these businesses, and then we have a different sector, and we'll keep repeating these steps one after the other, so that whoever's doing it feels confident that this system works. If we need to tweak the system itself, we can do it as we move along. But as long as we have a SOP, standard operating procedure, and follow it, it's going to be the most efficient and less stressful way of reaching out to the customer. So that's everything I wanted to talk about today. Yes, we are on a muck. It's gonna take a little bit of time. We are very confident this will work. It's just a matter of learning. We have a huge light at the end of the tunnel. I think if we are successfully established in Canada, this is at least $100 million business that we are kind of looking at. I'm very confident. So anybody who is willing to invest here, willing to invest their effort, time, money, network, this is perhaps the right time to contact me. And this will not take a very long time to get rolling. And also the reason I am doing a podcast and then talking about this business is because it's to build the connections and network and what have you. I think I mentioned that we want people in the network to be our customer, to be our investor, to be our coworker, and business partner and whatnot. So I welcome any suggestions, comments, anything you want to talk about. SUFO Vancouver is not particularly married with CarGoose. We are following up CarGoose. I personally am invested in a lot of different businesses, one being Momo Factory. Perhaps one day we'll bring out the team here also. I have other businesses also. Maybe we can talk about those one day. There's one particular business I'm kind of very interested and invested on a long term. I do not plan to go out there and do concentrated work on that particular business right now, but as we go I'll explain more to you. With that, thank you very much. We'll see you again. Goodbye.